Howdy YouTube, Mike Howell here for Naps, New Age Pipe Smokers. Hope y'all are doing well today. I'm doing pretty stellar. The workday is over. I am in the air conditioning in the new car. Probably don't know if I'm going to sell the old red van or I might turn it into an art car with some propane poofers on the roof. I haven't decided. Depends on what the rest of the summer brings. How much money I need to spend to fix some of the things that I need to get it reliable. Because no point in making it fancy if I can't drive it anywhere. Today I am smoking some Rustica Ready Rubbed in this 155th anniversary Missouri Meerschaum cob, which is a really nice pipe. I don't know if they still have them. They might. It's worth checking the website for. They're really good pipes. And the Rustica Ready Rubbed is, when they first released it, I asked on their socials if it was a limited release, and they said yes. But it's still around, and it's at all the shops, so maybe it's not so limited, who knows. But if you haven't tried it, pick some up if you're a fan of strong blends. It reminds me a lot more of the 2021 release than the 2023 release. It's just a little more mild. The 2023 release was knock you over strong. Like, even I had to smoke that stuff on a full stomach. But this has quickly become my favorite bulk blend. It's just overall, it's right up there with Bold Kentucky for me. Some of the best stuff ever made. You want to dry it really good, pretty much to a crisp. Personally, I like my tobacco on the drier side anyway, but this stuff, if you don't dry it pretty significantly, it's almost impossible to keep lit. Even when it has been dried pretty significantly, it's going to require some relights. Very leathery, oily, dense flake. Very good. I can smoke this stuff all day, every day, and never get tired of it. So, most people probably in the pipe community have heard by now about Dr. Alan Harrelson and at the Pipe Cottage and his off-color homophobic slurs that he likes to spew, along with some of the other slightly unhinged stuff that he likes to talk about on his channel. If you haven't heard about it, you can go to Stamper Tamper, his page. He has a short of the clip still up. I believe YouTube took the Pipe Cottages down. And yeah, it was definitely the sort of thing. It wasn't a gaffe. It wasn't an accident. It was definitely him just being hateful and laughing at the same time. That's always an interesting combination. And he's made many other comments about the queer community, about LGBTQ people in general, and I was really happy to see that the Country Squire was collaborating on a blend with him, and when the things he said was brought to their attention, they immediately ended association with him, discontinued the blend. Props to them for standing up for those principles, and props to a whole lot of people in the pipe community for stepping up and saying this is not okay. I'm a big proponent of freedom of speech. The government should not be able to tell us what we can and cannot say and what opinions we can and cannot express. But that works both ways. when you say things and express certain opinions, people are free to express their opinions back, and they're free to stop associating with you, stop doing business with you, and that's just the way it is. But that aside, I hate to see those kind of opinions being expressed by people with sincerity, because I have to wonder why. Like, what can drive that kind of, like, when you can be hateful and smiling about it, what drives that in a person's mind? And how can we change it? Because just cutting people off and excluding them, sometimes that's the only course of action. But if we take that course every time, there's a lot of people that are cut off and excluded, and we can't just forget they exist, especially if they're that hateful. They get together, they do hateful things, they cause a lot of harm in the world. So I try to understand where that comes from and find a way to talk to people and reach them. Try to understand without excusing, if that makes sense. So, Dr. Harrelson, I'm talking to you right now. If either there's a chance that you might see this video, I'm sure you're not a subscriber of New Age Pipe Smokers, but there's a chance someone might mention it to you or show it to you, and I'll probably tag your channel in the description. But I want to say this to you, sir. You mentioned when you had a bit of a conflict with a good friend of mine, Sonny, that in the old days, some of the things he said would require you to invite him to step out and participate in a duel. I could say the same things to you. That kind of hateful rhetoric, it's hard to let that just go past and ignore it. I want to challenge you, sir, to a duel. Not what you're thinking. I mean, we could, stand back to back 5 paces at dawn, turn about and fire pistols at each other or slap each other with rubber chickens. We could do that. It's tempting, but I think there's a better solution. A duel of the minds, if you will. I remember seeing you at the Columbus Pipe Show last year. I'll be there again this year, and you might be too. If you are, I'd like to sit down with you for no more than an hour. I don't want to take up a whole bunch of your time, but I'd like to sit down and have a discussion with you about why you feel the way you do, and what facts, what logic, what concrete evidence backs up these feelings and these conclusions that you have about LGBTQ people, about queer people in general. I am a queer person. Most of my friends know this. The people in NAPS know this. I'm a bisexual person, and I'm very open about it. And there's no reason that I should be hated for that, or that anybody should be hated for that. No reason at all. It's not harmful. It's not wrong. It's not unnatural. It's of no consequence to anybody other than the people who are participating in their own lives. So I'd like to understand why you feel the way you do. I'd like to talk about it. I'd like to speak calmly, plainly, not talk over each other, not yell at each other, not curse each other out. I might curse, but that's just how I talk, so I think we all know the difference between cursing and cursing at somebody. I'd like to talk about these things with you and see where these ideas come from, why you feel the way you do. See if the logic of a college history professor, how it stacks up against the logic of a 38-year-old construction worker. See if maybe we can find some kind of middle ground. Or we could slap each other with chickens. that could also be interesting, you know. But I hope that we could actually have a discussion, because although there's a part of me, a small part of me, that would really like to slap you upside the head with a rubber chicken, there's a much larger part of me that would really love the opportunity to change your mind. And if I can't change your mind, I might be able to change the mind of some people listening. Because we need less hate in the world. We need to be able to come together. My pipe is gone. I'm going to take myself to my partner's house, go have some dinner, and relax for the evening. Dr. Harrelson, I hope to see you in Columbus. The rest of you, remember, the universe might piss down the back of your neck every single day, but it will only drown you once. So, keep your fucking chin up. Later, y'all.